Hey everybody, this is Derek with The Ultimate Hang, and today we're going to look at the LoopAlien. It's this little guy right here. It's aluminum rapid cord attachment, and it works best with line such as this 2.2 millimeter Dyneema or a 1.75 millimeter line, or any small diameter line that will easily fit through the different holes and around the pegs of this little device. I'm going to show you the basics of how to use the LoopAlien, and then I'm going to focus in on how to use the LoopAlien with Tarp. One of the basic ways to use a LoopAlien is to attach it to the end of a line. A spliced eye on the end. You can also tie an eye loop here. You can also tie directly to the LoopAlien, maybe using the small hole or the medium hole. But I like having a loop here because it makes it a little easier. Again, no knots. I can just take this loop, pass it through the medium hole and around the LoopAlien like this, creating a lark's head, and that attaches the LoopAlien nice and easy. Anywhere along the line, you create a bite, which is a bend in the rope, like so, and then pass that bite through one of the loops, and it works exactly the same way. In this case, this would lock it along the line if you really wanted the LoopAlien not to move along the line. If you wanted to be able to adjust the LoopAlien, then you would pass it through the big hole and then around one of the two pegs, either the medium peg or the small peg. And then when the line is tight, you can actually adjust the LoopAlien. It can slide along, or the rope can the line can slide through like this. If you notice, the LoopAlien is designed, it looks a lot like a figure 8 belay device for rappelling. And so if you're familiar with rappelling or climbing and that type of device, you'll understand the mechanics of how this works on a smaller scale. Continuous ridge line, I'm going to attach the end of a line either tied on, or in my preference is just with a loop, because then I can easily detach it. Take my line around my tree or other anchor, and then on the standing end, create a bite, pass it through the large hole, and then around, in this case, the small peg. Once that's adjusted and tightened, that creates an anchor on one end. This is moderately adjustable. Like I said, you can pass the line, slide it through, kind of like again a figure 8 device where you can, once you release tension, a little bit of tension, you can slide it back and forth, and then it holds really fast. Once you put a lot of tension on that line, it's not going to go anywhere. Now at this point, you could put a prusik loop here. So if I had another line like this and tie a quick prusik knot, so I could attach a tarp to that prusik like here with another hardware if I wanted to. And that's kind of how you'd use it if this were a knot bone. But the LoopAlien provides another option. Alright, here I've got my LoopAlien, and this is again the fixed line, and I've got my tarp right here. And on the end of my tarp, I have affixed just this small loop that I mentioned before. And again, just to show how easily that goes on, just take my tarp, pass it through the big hole here, and over one of the pegs, in this case the small peg, and now my tarp is attached on one side. Now we're going to go over to the other side and show how you can use a LoopAlien on the other end of this continuous ridge line to actually get a 3-to-1 mechanical advantage to tension up this line and then attach the other side of the tarp. Alright, here I've got the standing end of my continuous ridge line and another LoopAlien. And again, one way to attach it here is to make a bite in the line. I'm going to pass it through the medium-sized hole and then up and around the LoopAlien to create a lark's head. And this kind of fixes the LoopAlien right here on the line. Now I pass the line around my anchor, again maybe a tree. And then if I take another bite and pass that through the big hole again, and now you notice I've got the small peg available. I can take the line and loop it over that small peg. Now at this point, I can pull against the LoopAlien and the ridgeline, and now I'm getting a 3-to-1 mechanical advantage, pulling that really tight. And again, because I've had this lark's head right here on the end of the LoopAlien, it's fixed. It's not going to slide anywhere. And all I've got now is just I'm really tensioning up this line where it's nice and tight. Now to lock it, all it requires to lock now is I'm going to pinch it right here and pass another bite, another loop up through the big hole and over the peg again. I'm going to come through the opposite side though, so it kind of creates a little bit of a twist. And then pull the excess cord through. Or did I already just lock it? There you go. And that's not going anywhere, as I can pull and yank on that, but it's locked nice and great. So it's really easy to loosen it because I have, again, the standing line here, and it's just hanging here. So it's really easy to loosen it or to take the LoopAlien apart because I've just got it looped around these pegs. There's that one gone, and now it will loosen up. Got it, the other one loosened up, comes apart, and it all comes down fairly quickly, just using small little loops. All right, I've got my tarp attached on one side to the LoopAlien, and here on the other side, I've actually attached the LoopAlien directly to the tarp. So we're going to show you how that works. I've got my continuous ridge line. I'm going to create a bite and connect the LoopAlien, going up through the big hole and around the small knob. Now once I've done that, I can adjust the tarp. Basically, I'm going to slide this LoopAlien across the ridge line so that I have a nice tight tension across the entire ridge line. So now the tarp and the ridge line kind of have the same amount of tension. And at this point, I can do the same steps that I did before to tension this tarp, getting a 3-to-1 mechanical advantage. Gone around my anchor point or my tree, and I'm going to create another bite, pass it up through the big hole again, around the small peg, and pull. See, I'm getting that 3-to-1 mechanical advantage. Slides nice and smooth over that peg. You notice that I've wrapped it the opposite way. I went through one side. I'm going to do that again so you can see maybe slow motion. In this LoopAlien, I've come through, let's say in this case, the front and looped it around. So to get the sliding motion, I'm going to come through the opposite way so there's less rubbing against rope, so that the line that I'm pulling is on top. You see how that works, and then it gets a nice tight. And again, you just pinch it off, and I'm coming up around the other way, the opposite way again. See how I've come around the front, pass it through, and that locks it up. And that's not going anywhere. Nice and tight. It comes apart again nice and easy by just releasing the tension on those different loops. And you can get that tarp taken down and packed up. Very easy. But check it out, there's the LoopAlien. Rapid cord attachment, works great with tarps.